Hey, good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for Monday, April 18th, 2022. Yes, I always have to look. Anyway, hope your coffee's hot and you're ready to talk to me. We're going to get this thing started in about 1 minute, so prepare yourself.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
And good morning. How the heck are you? Welcome to the extravaganza today. Hope you had a great weekend. We did too. And whether you're watching live or on the rerun, we do appreciate you being here. We're going to start out with the attitude of gratitude, which always has to begin with our sponsors, namely Rising Tide Publications. Thank you, Rising Tide. And also our constant companion, we're grateful for them, is Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. You've put in a lot of effort to get your book ready, haven't you? I know you have. I do it all the time. And so you want the best book cover you can possibly get at affordable prices, and that's where Plasma Fire Graphics comes in. Check out their page on Facebook, then go to plasmafiregraphics.com. Check out more of their printed examples. I mean, these things have seen publication, not just somebody wants to make covers. They have done it. They're doing it. They will do it for you. Check out their indie creator friendly prices too. And they're really easy to work with. Trust me, I know. So anyway, check out plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. We are part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please check out our lineup of shows, entertainment and enlightenment, 7 days a week. And we've got all kinds of cool stuff. So please go to our Facebook page and give it a like if you would. And also, please check out our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. We got a whole bunch of people that are supporting the Rising Tide, for which we are extremely grateful. And if you would like to help support this mission in print and on broadcast, then please check us out at this aforementioned address. And also your name can go on this card too. Isn't that a treat? But anyway, wonder why my lighting's so bad. Let's see. That's working. Okay, I see something has gone askew over there. But that's okay. This whole show is about going askew. Hope you all had a great weekend. We were at Saluki Con. Major congratulations to Nathan Bonner and his incredible staff for running a great convention. We have not been at Saluki Con since 2019, before the start of you know what. And because of the safety preparations undertaken by Southern Illinois University, it's taken a while to get back to it, but we came back. We're glad. Super thanks to everyone manning the loading dock. When we first heard that we'd have to come in through the loading dock, we had a bad experience. Well, not a bad experience, but we could have had a more favorable one the first time we did it when we were Eclipse Con. It wasn't anyone's real fault. I don't think anybody was really prepared for what was going on. It was a fustercluck there. And so we were told, you can't go in the normal way. You got to go in through the dock. But those guys and gals were so freaking efficient and so good at what they did that it became a joy to go through the loading dock and get set up. And then we got to see some people we haven't seen physically in 3 years. It was a lot of fun, and it was really, really good weekend for us all. And I got to play human PA system, because those who know me know I am loud. I actually spent years trying to restrain my voice so that I could have so I could develop an indoor voice, basically. But I unleashed my outdoor voice. You don't know what a thrill it is to yell, "Hey, hello, Saluki Con," and have the whole 2 rooms go quiet. I mean, the place is about as big as a football field, and everyone's eye and ear were on me, and I got thumbs up from the 3 Power Rangers who were there, and a huge shout out to Ben Dunn of Antarctic Press for being there and for his inspiring conversation with myself. And anyway, it was a lot of fun this weekend, and we hope you had a good weekend, and we'd love to hear about it. So let's get to your comments. And first one is Mike, Jimmy, Lordship de Bruin, cookie thumbs. Yes, that was my honey with her hands in the scene as usual. And huge thanks to Karl Witsman for constructing that graphic for today. That was sensational. And Nicholas Tucker, good morning, Nevermore. It's 9 a.m. time for the Nevermind, the Furthermore pre-show, or with our host, Nicholas Tucker, who is the co-host of Nerd Bacon on the Raging 2 channel on Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern. Check that out. It's always a good time. And morning, everyone saying hello. And Mike Jimmy said, I just finished rescripting the first part of my graphic novel, Sage of Sunset, coming in at 47 pages. Not too bad. That's not bad at all, especially if that was your goal, Mike. Way to go. And this pre-show is brought to you by the Big Stumpy Robots line of game and books, because golden rule is when in doubt, choose the option that blows the most stuff up. Who can't go along with that? Thank you for those wonderful words, Nicholas Tockard. And wonderful Mike Jimmy. By the way, Nicholas Tockard is a part of our Rising Tide Network. He is on every Friday night at 8 p.m. with the Historical Fencing Guild. Please check it out. It is a wonderful, wonderful show. And this guy is high energy. He really is. And cheers to that. And now I got to get an editor still and keep wondering whether I'll draw it myself or throw it at someone else with a load of cash. That's a thought. And this morning, says Nick Tucker, I have a grand twofer. First big progress report. MJ went first, so here's mine. Art. Nick Tucker started cranking out art pieces to prep the brain for game-related shenanigans. We support shenanigans. Yay! And art is always good. And BKM edits a competitive rates. Yes, Mike Jimmy, I do. And I'll even leave you parts of your soul when I'm done. And good. Anyway, I know I've got a few good people in mind with the track record. That's cool. Well, speaking of which, I'm not going to wait on this. I came home on, I'm not going to say Saturday night because it was Sunday morning before I got home, about 3 a.m. But anyway, we got the brand new book from Ted Davies, Grimm 101, Book 2, and there's a lovely inscription inside that I'm not going to show you because it embarrasses me with his kindness. We also got a beautiful, and it looks like it's handmade, bookmark. And the quote is courtesy of his wife, Christine, but it is a beautifully done book with lots of great illustrations inside. If you like people like John J. Muth or Jeff Jones, I think you're going to dig what Ted does with his stuff. Check out his work at teddaviesartistry.com. It's a wonderful story about a ghost that haunts a cemetery, and someone can see him. It's good stuff. Also, Ted was wonderful enough to send me a print of the paperback cover to Grimm 101. This is Ted's artwork here. And he sent me an error copy of Grimm 101. And, you get on both sides. It looks so good. But I have never seen this big a screw up in my life. Now, this is going to be tough to show. This is a good one. Okay, now notice the right-hand page. Okay, it's working. Now look at what it will be, this page here. It is that way throughout the entire book. The left-hand pages were printed upside down. And this was, I don't know who did this. But this is a foobar of biblical proportions. This takes work to screw up this massively. Fortunately, your copy, if you order the paperback, will not look like this. I think Ted sent it to me as a joke. Or it's the half Australian edition. But anyway, please check out Ted Davies Artistry also on YouTube as well. Anyway, Nick Tucker says, I want to knock out a few literary works in progress, and it's a cold, snowy day. Then add a list to a project that might just rather special. Well, always special projects are good. And it is a snowy morning here in Lafayette. We got a dusting of that stuff. The word that we only allow to be used with this. Okay. By the way, get your copy available on Amazon right now. Snow Shorts 2 got got an award coming up in 3 weeks about that. Oh, I kept getting asked this weekend, how do you think your odds are? And they're all, most everyone's like, you're going to win it, Brian. And I don't know if they're being optimistic or not, but it's like, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm sure I will be going up there as the shill for Stormgate Press and picking up their awards. I think there's like 5 categories, and there's someone affiliated with Stormgate Press in each and every one of them. Let's see, there's interior illustration of Damian Aviles. Clayton Merwin is up for cover on an anthology cover. And best anthology, I think Pulp Reality 2 or 3 or both are in the running. I'm hoping for 2 because I'm in that one. And then Charles F. Milhouse is his latest Captain Hawkland book, or the last Captain Hawkland book he wrote in 2021. That's up for Best Novel of the Year, and I am up for Best Short Story of the Year for Snow Ambition, which was released in ebook form, so in 21. And this is available in 2021, so maybe I'll get nominated twice, who knows. But anyway, so anyway, we've got that coming up, and we will report on that. In fact, we're even going to maybe see if we can live cast from there, just so you can see the, how I've been lying about how I don't want to win. So anyway, no doubt, but Brian is so quiet and unassuming. You might forget he edited Glenn's masterpiece. That's true. I hardly ever mention that this man's literary career is now revived thanks to me. But anyway, check out this book, available now on demand in Indiegogo. Jack Kirby, A Personal Journey, Words and Pictures by Glenn B. Fleming. This is a super, super book. It is rife with photographic goodness, as well as accompanied by a DVD, which is a film of Jack Kirby's orations before his grateful audience. Look at that centerfold with a young, strapping Glenn B. Fleming in the back of Jack Kirby, and there's a little bit of artwork in here. So, oops, there goes my movie. Anyway, come back, damn you. There we go. Okay, we're putting that back in there for safekeeping until Glenn shows up and we tease him mercilessly. But anyway, please check that out on Indiegogo. It's a really great volume. Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin says, I remember, don't worry, I'll just see what comes around. Right now I wouldn't be able to start on it either way, and I only want to get on it once I have at least the second part scripted as well. That makes perfect sense. Now, this is really meant as a slow burn side thing for now, especially considering the size of it. And I respect the slow burn. And good morning from the desk of the small press publisher, Joe D. McPhee. I hope you had a great weekend, buddy. And I got to check out Saturday's show, man. Yesterday, I was so busy yesterday. Well, I woke up around noon, so I hope you'll understand. But anyway, we're going to check it out. Check that out every Saturday night at 10 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Everyone's saying hello and good morning, Brian. Well, good morning, Joe. Hope all is well, and that Todd Black bothered during Saluki Con. Todd and I got to talk to each other, and I don't think we bothered each other, so we're put on opposite sides of the room, so that kind of worked out. Hey, Myron, and Joe D. McPhee is saying hello to a lot of great people, and good morning from Michaela J. Mwah, good morning, sweetheart. Hope you had a great weekend. And she must have. She got 3,500 words written last night, so she skipped morning motivation. But tonight we will have a Tidbits and Scribbles, 8 p.m. Central Time on her YouTube channel. Check it out. And if I don't pass out before then, I will try to show up. And so will Karl Witsman. Good morning. And wow, you've been busy. Hey, Michaela, tonight is sales, right? Marketing. I wonder that myself. Nicholas Tucker says part 2. Several folks have come to me asking, but how do you keep the motivation to keep going when the times are hard, the sales fall, etc.? What keeps you moving after things fall? And Nick got it in the first one. Fueled by spite. My gosh, that ought to be more people's tagline, my God. Now, there is a certain amount of spite in what I do. It's probably not very Rising Tide, but it's like I have constantly said that on my way to where I am, I have had a number of people tell me I can't do it. Wrong thing to say. Because I'm a contrarian by nature. If you tell me I can't do it, I'm going to try it. Tell me I can't flap my arms to the moon, I'm going to get a pair of wings and see what I can do with them. Um, and all my life, I have been told you'll never be a full time writer. You'll never get anything printed. You'll never make a penny on it. Well, I've made a penny on it, all right. And in more than one field. I used to be a playwright. I've written business plans. I'm now an editor of books and comics and short stories. And I'm not wealthy by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm happier than I've ever been. It's a good place to be. And I hope that one day you all get to that place too. I really do. So yeah, I'm fueled by spite because there's a lot of people that need to have their faces rubbed in the in the thing you throw out with the newspaper. Uh, and hopefully they'll get the message and they'll stop trying to discourage people. And we've got someone who's a great encourager, someone we absolutely adore. That's Luke Stone Studios. Good morning, Nevermore. He's going to try to listen for therapy today. Luke, mwah, to you in a manly sort of way. Hope you are doing well, and check out Nerd Bacon with Luke and Nick Tockard and Mike Jimmy Lorsha de Bruin. A fine Thursday morning start to your day on the Raging 2 Network, who we love. And everyone's saying morning, Luke, and well done, Michaela, and thanks, Mike Jimmy. And yes, Karl, tonight we will talk sales. And yeah, Karl, I was up to 1 a.m. My fingers gave up. I don't know. I'm usually better with my fingers. And I was typing words or what I thought were words, and even spell check was like, I got nothing. So I went to bed. Yeah, that's a bad sign when your spell check is telling you in a subtle way, why don't you give this up for a few hours, you know? I hear you. Right now I'm editing. I'm on chapter 5, I believe it is, editing the penultimate edit on the terrors. We are moving forward with that, and we've actually got a couple weekends off. I'm excited by that. In fact, our next appearance is going to be in Carbondale again, Carbondale, Illinois, and we're going to be attending a gaming convention down there. But we'll have more details on that as we get more details. And yeah, that's a good moment to throw in the towel. I would think when your fingers stop working, it's time to give up using them. And if your brain's attached, double whammy. And yikes, Michaela, says Karl Witsman. Just put quote marks around all the gibberish and claim later that it was an evil spell. That's right. There you go. And Michaela J says, Nick, what keeps me motivated is I never want to have to work a day job ever again. I have worked hard all my life for other people. Now I will do what I want when I want. All right? No matter where you live, and that's the dream. That's the American dream right there, and it can be your dream too. Just don't give up on this, seriously. And Michaela mocks Karl with her laughter and babble expellius. Yeah. And skipped. Interesting. Okay, let's get this party started. Joe Dog McKeel is here, host of Stupid O'Clock Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. on Saturdays for the After Hours edition, and a frequent guest on various shows such as Dan Hallfield's Last Man Standing. And so the Skunk Rocker, what keeps me motivated? Let's get it right. What keeps Skunk Rocker motivated? The spite. I'm with you, brother. Skunk, I hope you had a great weekend. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you here. And there's the buzzer for the 2-minute warning. Oh, yeah. And the idea that I achieved something that people told me that I cannot achieve fuels me. I hadn't read your comment, man, but this is it for me. And also, hi, Skunk. I hope you're doing well. And same here. Yeah. And, you know, it's not a negative thing either, I don't think, to be fueled by spite, because if anything, it serves as a teaching lesson. In fact, I found you get little amusing things when you do. Like a few years, not about 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago because it was before COVID. Yeah, it was 2019. My graduating high school class had a reunion, and I had a show I had to be at. In fact, it was in Carbondale, I think. But anyway, I sent word that I'd love to attend, but I've got a show to do. I can't make it. And it was funny because I saw pictures of the reunion, and they had a lovely tribute to our class. And our class was not many more than 50 people graduated in our class. We were a very small high school back then. But they had a list, they had a little memorial to various members of our class that we have lost to death. Um, and several people were asking why my picture wasn't on there. and uh, and let's just say I wasn't the most loved person in high school, and I'm not saying it's their fault. Um, I there's something about being a charming a hole, but I hadn't learned the charm back then. Is the problem. And so Mark, my oldest friend, had to inform them that Brian is not only alive, but here's all the accomplishments he's made, you losers. So anyway, it was good. It was so good. And it's moments like that, and being able to, because the thing is, I say fueled by spite, but you're also inspiring people too. Here I am. Here I was, a late middle-aged guy who had just lost his job at the water company, and bam, here I am, published in 8 countries. So anyway, hello, Joe Dog and Skunk from Karl, and good morning, Luke from Nick. And who wants to bet he starts muted? Hey, I fooled you today, Joe Dog. I fooled you. No, what happened? The reason I was a couple minutes late, though. To the people in the rerun, this won't mean a thing to you, but I had, you're supposed to turn off your computer every few days. So I thought, well, I'm going to be out of town for a few days. What better way to give my computer a rest? Thank you, Karl. And then to turn it off. And so I turned it off all weekend, but I forgot to come in here and do some work. So I sit down here thinking I've got 3 minutes before the show. This will work out. And I'm looking, I'm moving the mouse, I'm hitting the keyboard. It's like nothing's happening. Oh crap! And then I realized the CPU was off, so I had to wait for the CPU to boot up. Hashtag real problem, real writer. Hashtag real broadcaster problem. Pardon me. So anyway, that's why we're still late on a Monday morning. A morning skunk from Michaela Jade, and I hopped over to my email, and more peeps show up. Yay! And as Bruce Willis's character said in Die Hard, welcome to the party, pal, says Karl Witsman. And Skunkcracker says, as abusive as Fletcher was, I do love something that he said in the film Whiplash. The 2 most damaging words in the English language are good job. Yeah. Yeah. That could be. Or what is the line from the movie Head with the monkeys? The tragedy of your times, my young friends, is that you may get exactly what you want. Anyway, hugging the cat is Mike Jimmy Lurch to Bruin, ready for the crazy Fez man with a fresh cup of Joe. Yep, life is back to normal. Here we are. And I did brew some before I came up here. That was another thing. And I'm doing laundry. Hashtag house husband. So, but later today, we pick up Calgon. We took Calgon into the auto doctor and said, we bought it used. Tell me what's wrong. And so we are going to do something. I think it's going to be fun. We are going, well, let's put it this way. One of the problems was that we took the vehicle in for was the horn did not work. You hit that button and it wasn't doing a thing. And the garage calls us last week and says, well, your horn, we see it doesn't work. Now, we could charge you like a couple, 200, 300, 400 extra to take your steering column apart and find out what's really wrong with it. Because I guess it was okay up to a point on the steering column, but then after that, they would have to disassemble it to find out what was, the root of the problem. And they said, now what we can do is create a switch on your dashboard where you can hit that and your horn will sound. And we're like, yeah, let's save some money. Let's do that. And I was talking with Cookie and I were talking about with a friend of ours. And I said, you know what we ought to do? We ought to do like the Batman TV show and label everything in the van with a little sign like, Bat radio station selector and things like that. And she thought that was a really stupid idea. So we are moving forward with it with her blessings. So we're going to probably hit up, once we design them, we're going to hit up our friends with 3D printers and make it worth their while, of course, and print these little signs out for us. It's stupid as hell, but we're going to do it. And let's kick the tires and light the fires. Brian, Nick, we are here. We're only 28 minutes behind in your comments. Thanks to your great pre-show, Nick. Well done. And oh, hey, Joe Dog, FYI, something's going down at EPH. Might want to keep an ear to the scanner. Ooh. Ooh, do I know what this is? And hey, Karl, I sent you email with pictures. Pictures, you say? Anyway, Skullcracker says 4 squad cars and like 9 cops are trying to get a patient out of the building, and the hospital's refusing because they don't have a warrant. They've been asked to leave 3 times. Wow. Well, the thing is, Skunk, if they want it bad enough, they can get that warrant easily enough. And Molly Daniels, who was with us at Saluki Con last weekend, and good to have you here, hon. Good Monday morning. I'm happy to report I survived the weekend. Yeah, that's how I felt yesterday. After a 5-hour drive where, Cookie tells me all the time, well, you need to get out every hour and walk around the van. I agree. I do. It's good for my knees. And the thing is, and she's like, I'm so tired. I can't wait to go home. And so I get macho and I can drive this vehicle all the way home. Of course, we did stop off along the way to the new Ollie's in West Frankfort, Illinois. Picked up some treasures. Oh boy. Picked up I should have brought them out. I picked up a Batgirl coloring book from DC Comics. Picked up Mighty Crusaders Volume 1, a trade paperback from Archie Comics. And I picked up a rather costly book, Champion of the Graphic Novel by former DC publisher Paul Levitz. And it's all about the creative life of Will Eisner. Hardcover. I was so happy. Anyway, so I survived the weekend too, Molly, but yesterday morning I was not feeling it. It's like if someone would come off and amputate both of my legs above the knee, I'd be grateful. Pull myself on a little cart or something. But yeah, it was, pardon me, it was a very painful morning till my legs warmed up. Now I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine this morning. I woke up feeling great. And cool, Michaela. And morning, Molly. And the coffee IV must not be working. And Rising Tide Publications is telling you 1 more minute. Just 1 more minute. Please, just 1 more minute. I mean it, 1 more minute. Molly Daniels is stepping away briefly to finish getting dressed, hair fixed, and shoes on. So she's got her hair fixed and only wearing her shoes. Get that out of your mind. I'll be thinking about it all day. And good thing that this isn't the CBS cop show. Some quirky bunch of acronym-based group would ram a car through the front window and talk about morality when they do it. Exactly, Nick. Exactly. And Karl's on my frequency. Hey, half naked Molly. And Joe Dog says, I lost the bet. I'm sorry, Joe Dog. And thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore Monday. Is that a new intro voiceover? No, that's customer service Amy as usual. And for this Small Price Publisher show is over. He played the wrong clip. Everyone go home. He pulled a Tracy Ullman. Go home. Did I play the wrong one? I just hit the button and off I went. And good morning, Adrian Johnson. Good to see you last weekend. Hope you're doing well this morning. And are you still here? And thank you, Ryan Permison, for sharing the show. I appreciate it, brother. And as I appreciate Lacey Lemke, my con wife. Mwah! So good to see you. First time I'd seen Lacey in 3 years in person. I mean, we talk pretty regularly online. But due to understandable reasons, Lacey and I have not seen each other for 3 years in person. But fortunately, we got to make up for it over the weekend, and hopefully more events. Lacey, love you, hon. Hope you're doing well this morning. Hope you had a good weekend too. And Molly Daniels took my hair out of the towel, decided it's too cold to look nice. Going to skip the mousse and put it back in a ponytail. You realize you're just encouraging, Karl. That's all there is to it. Michaela J says, already checked off things to do on my to-do list. Let's get things done, people. I have to. In fact, when I get out of here, I'm going back to writing today's entry in my Patreon blog. Every blog deserves a name, and we're going to be talking about Saluki Con. So please, you got about an hour to sign up for Patreon. And good morning, Nevermornings. How are you? If you want to be a guest on that, I quote, and want to know more about his podcast, follow him at Linktree. Ryan And I quote, and in case you missed it, check out the latest episode of And I Quote with crime fiction writer John L. French. Gotta be good. And also check out the interview with cosplayer and podcaster whom we love, Willow Schuyler. Definitely got to listen to that. That was a great show. And the only things I have to do today, says Molly Dales, is mail a book, pay the state taxes, and head to the evening job. We'll also attempt to at least sweep my living room floor. Easter grasses everywhere. And yes, we hope you all had a great Easter yesterday. I completely forgot what weekend it was till Friday. So hopefully you had a fantastic weekend and a celebratory one for the right reasons. And everyone, today is tax day here in America, with the exception of 2 states, I think Maine and one other, that have a state holiday today. And so taxes are pushed off for them till I think Thursday. But if you have to pay your taxes today, may God have mercy on your soul. Anyway, so check it out. And check out the interview with actor William Sadler. There is a name for you. Check that out on Ryan's channel, and do subscribe while you're there. And Eric Hawkins, good morning to you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Let's have a progress report on the Zombie-Full World of Oz. That is awesome, and y'all want to support that. And Brian is the Black Bolt of the Rising Tide. Yeah, I had to give the people around me and say, okay, you're getting a 15-second warning, and they're like, thank you. At one point, I moved into the, I realized some people actually did not hear me. I don't know why. And I moved down to a more open area, not far from my booth and Sean Delaney's. And I start yelling, bellowing, as it were. And I look over to see the 3 actors who are Power Rangers going, all right. And I think they were giving me an all right that I'd moved away. But anyway, Ryan Permissive says, oh, hope you all had fun at conventions this weekend and sold tons of books. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I sold a whole bunch of Snow Shorts, and also the trilogy of Batman books, all available on Amazon right now. And check them out. I got work in them. They're great stuff, and maybe more work to come. And Cameron Christopher Payne, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well this morning. Glad to have you here. And Ryan Permisson went to his local comic shop this weekend and got my first omnibus with Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man and back issues of What If and Werewolf by Night. Yes, trying to learn more about comic book history. Good stuff. Good stuff. And Todd McFarlane, I will tell you, if you decide to collect Spawn, one, there's over 300 issues of it. Good luck. And second, any collections that you buy, you have to buy the physical issue of issue 10. There was a period when Todd McFarlane, who created Spawn, he decided to use some guest writers such as Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman, which is a story unto itself, and one issue by Dave Sim, who did a 300 book series called Cerebus the Aardvark. Started out as a Conan parody and became almost metaphysical in its approach to the storytelling. And some of it is very hard to read because Dave Sim, the creator, was going through a major misogynist period, and it was coming out in his work. In fact, I stopped reading it not long after. It was pretty ugly. But anyway, his agreement with Todd McFarlane at Image was that I'll write the story for you, you draw it, but you can never reprint it. And so far, McFarlane has agreed to all of that. So anyway, it's also a good way to see Angela, who now is owned by Marvel. Anyway, Ryan Permisson says, if you want him as a guest, and why would you not? Contact him via DM on Facebook, because he's awesome. And also, I'm grateful for his community and for your support. Have a safe and productive day, everyone. You too, Ryan. Have a great one. Skunkcracker continues, or as the Temptations would say, ugh. The situation with the police at that hospital totally got me confused, and I accidentally gave them the wrong paperwork, which I didn't figure out till I got to my next stop. Oops. Oh, boy. And Ted's book is Haunted and Cursed. Yeah, certainly the paperback edition. I mean, the hardcover looks great. You will not be getting the FUBART edition, as I did. I think Ted sent it to me as a joke. Better be. Anyway, do check that out. And Nick Tucker, that level of inversion is delightful. On one level it is. And the amazing error on that, I've just never seen that before. Well, I take it back. I've seen it one other time. And somebody did that from an Amazon book, but I'm not sure that I don't think Ted got it printed through Amazon. Let me check. Now this paper's way too nice for Amazon. Let me see here. Why am I trying to read the left-hand page? Anyway, wow, that is one impressive screw up, is it not? And I hope you get the one that happened to you, Mike Jimmy, fixed today. Hope it can be fixed, Skunk Rocker. Seriously, yeah. And talk about superstars from Saluki Con. We are talking to Rick Bradley. Good morning, Never Mornings. Good morning to you, superstar. Hope you're doing well. Now, folks, did you know that Nintendo's drug is the banana? In the Game Boy title Final Fantasy Legend 2, the player encountered a group of opium smugglers, but Nintendo's censorship guidelines wouldn't allow that to fly in the US version. So instead of selling opium, the drug dealers were forced to peddle bananas in the back alleys of this world. Oh, those criminals, you. So check out his author page at that address on Amazon, where you can sink your claws into the Nightmare Collective, eat some apple pie with Marvin's Night Out, bask in the glory of the award-winning Pulp Reality #1, and try to hide from the tales of the weird and strange. Good luck with that. And Molly Dale says, keep your frozen precipitation up there. Those of us below I-70 do not want it. We'll keep that in mind with all the control I've got over it. Anyway, Skunk Rocker says, well, it can. I just don't know if they need hard copies today or not, and they're not answering the phone, so now I got to turn around and go back to the hospital being raided by the cops. I check in, Skunk. Blink twice if you need help. And Rick Bradley also come and check out R&D Gaming, set to appear for his first episode 1 week from tonight, April 25th at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, all on the Rising Tide Network. And hugs to Skunk. Definitely hugs to Skunk. And Nick Tockert is taking a poll here. 10 watchers, 3 likes on YouTube. See to this. All right, very good. And 8 likes, Nick. You never refresh the page, and it shows. Skunk Rocker, if I get 11 likes and 10 viewers, I'll take it. And it says 9 likes here, and 11 now. See, Nick's word is law. You know, you don't F around with Nick. He's got it going. And Nick Tockert is talking about me weird. I mean, come on. I can hear you, you know. Excuse me. And sign up page update from Deso Small Press Publisher. On Kickstarter, we are now at 35 people following and climbing for the Amazonia Issues #7 campaign. Thank you for all the help. But don't stop now, people. Let's get him up to 50, all right? And congratulations to Eric Hawkins, who I believe is just a few dollars away from another stretch goal. Let's keep this support up for our own, all right? And words to Molly Dale to Michaela. And Michaela Jade, that is the life, says Joe Dog McKeel. And from this, Small Press Publisher saying, still got to figure out the next enticing post to get more people aware of it. Ooh. Yeah, you can't, that's the thing, you know, like Brian Rodman. I think he said one time to me that he had actually laid out all of his ad copy for the entire 30-day campaign so that it never repeated, was always fresh. And I think that's the key. I think you can get away with repeating, but you got to wait a couple weeks and don't do it too often. But yeah, seriously. And yes, Molly, I had the ideas but couldn't make words. Oh, that sounds painful. And awesome, Joe D, let's keep them coming. And exactly. And hashtag fueled by spite, dedicated by success. I like that. I like that, Joe D. And remember, that's Sinatra's revenge. Success is the best revenge. Oh, I'm practically a vigilante. Anyway, way to go, Joe, says Molly Danielson. Sometimes I do the English good too. The editor in me is like, I love you, Mike Jimmy, but anyway. And Joe Dog McGill says, it really is. And I know this guy. It's Steve Ellis. Good morning, mon frere. How are you, brother? I hope you had a great weekend, man. And public high school is a joke. No kidding. You know, Michaela, I've said this before, but I remember my last day. I remember my graduation. My parents, of course, and some of the relatives sent me money. My parents bought me a brand new suit for the graduation ceremony. And while climbing up onto the podium, I got my toe caught in the robe and almost tripped. The only way to free my toe in time was to grab the thing and go rip. But I didn't care because it's like, what can they do to me? Keep me for another year? I don't think it's going to happen. But I remember walking down, you know, we were told, you know, after we got the meet and greet garbage out of the way, and We were told, well, now's the time you have to return your gowns and your caps, but you can keep your tassel. Yippee. Uh, I don't want to touch anyone else's tassel, much less my own. But anyway, I'm walking down the hallway, and we're filing down the row of the high school. We're about to return our robes and our our hats, and then it hits me all of a sudden an absurd idea that in prison at that time the stereotype was they when you served your sentence they gave you $25 and a new suit, and I'm thinking here I am with money in my pocket and I'm wearing a brand new suit and I'm escaping this hellhole we call Georgetown High School. uh, I started laughing, and of course people are like, oh God, what's wrong with Brian now? No, actually I did not appreciate I did appreciate a lot of my classmates, I should say. I appreciated a great number of my teachers. There were a few who were basically oxygen thieves and and taste testers for the Crayola Corporation. But for the most part, the people there were nice. But the whole institutional aspect of high school, and particularly in a fairly non-academically inclined learning environment, because a lot of people in my class didn't want to leave town. They wanted to stay there, get a job at the plastics factory in town, which by the way closed up a few years later. Maybe get a job at one of the grocery stores that closed up a few years later, or at the bank that's still there but nothing else in the square is original, or just a whole lot of stuff that just isn't there anymore. Or some people want to leave to go to the Central Foundry in Tilton, just south of Danville. But yeah, it was basically for someone that liked to read and loved to learn. It was not my place, and especially since I'd spent a year out east in a very high pressure high school, and I found I liked it. I liked the learning environment, and I learned quite a bit, not just the basic knowledge bits you need to have as a foundation for your adult life, but also culture. Because I was out in the Washington D.C. area at the time of Vietnam protests and post Summer of Love, post Chicago 1968 Democratic Convention stuff. It was an eye-opening time. And it was kind of funny because, like, one of our noon, there was a noon broadcast on one of the channels called Panorama, and one of the anchors on that was a very young Maury Povich. And that's why when he got his own show, I was so excited. All my friends were, what's wrong with you? Anyway, spite, says Rick Bradley, is a great motivator. I love seeing the mouths of people that were against me hanging open trying to catch flies. Yep, and I love the space I'm taking up in their head, not paying a penny on the rent. And when driving, you need that ability to newt. I do. My neuter was neutered. So it's like and I want the little sign on it, like, bat auto repellent, sonic repellent button. I think that'd be great. And that's dumb. Let's do it. Yes. Mike Jenny is reading my mind. And Scott Crocker says, so yeah, apparently the hospital was able to successfully finally get the cops to leave. So there's a good side of the story. No constitutional rights were violated today. Hooray. Well, the thing is, it's as a supporter of the thin blue line, I write, here's my prejudices up front. And from knowledge, there are ways to go about it that do not violate a person's civil rights. But there is a process, and it has to be obeyed. Otherwise, you go to court, and rightly so. But yeah, and the hospital's protecting their patients. I get that. But cops, points on for trying. And good morning, Teresa Dunn. All for the Morians. Have a great work week, you two. I'll check in with you later. Hope you're having a great morning and not sharing my Michaela photos. Nope. How much? Maybe one. Karl, I've got a PayPal that's calling your name. Anyway, Karl, share with the class. That's right. You got to bring enough for the rest of the class. And again, what is this mythical place called Ollie's? Oh, to you, it is but a dream, young man. To me, it is a dream come true. Although the one I had to get to had, it's like West Frankfort, Illinois will be a nice place if they ever get it done. It's like the whole road was like under construction. It was kind of funky, but no, it's a beautiful store down there though. Really, really nice. And I can't say that all we picked up were books. We got a lot of good stuff. We got some stuff for the bathroom we've been wanting, and we found something for Calgon. It was a great time. Hey, we got one in Chattanooga, Joe. Come visit and find out. I heard there's a great weekend in October to come explore the scenic city. Skunk, why do you think we're working so hard on Calgon? Okay. And Joe Dog McKeel says, gotta go play responsible adult. Y'all have a great day. You too, Joe Dog. Mwah. And please write down what you do to be a responsible adult. Usually it's like who effed up here? Well, Brian, he's responsible. Anyway, oh, poor Joe Dog. Have a good one. From all of us, Joe Dog, we love you, man. Hope you have a great day. And Scott Grinder says, Joe Dog being a responsible adult, the sky is falling. Cover your heads, everybody. I believe it's mentioned in Revelations too, Skunk. So, and hanging out during Nevermind the Furthermore is on my to-do list, definitely. And holy crap, Bill Sadler, really? Yes. And of course, there he is, Brian. There's my man Glenn, who wrote this book I edited. I mean, you may not know that, but I did. Anyway, please check this out, okay? Available now on Indiegogo. And if you love Marvel comics, if you love DC comics, if you love comics at all, you'll want that in your library. I'm serious. That's a must-own. And Scott Gardner says, that's a freaking get. Oh, yeah, definitely. And Glenn B. Fleming says, my book and DVD about my visits to Jack Kirby's house is now in demand. In all ways, in all terms, all ways of the word. And on Indiegogo, check it out at that address there. Jack Kirby, A Personal Journey, Words and Pictures by Glenn B. Fleming. It's a great book. Seriously, it is an awesome book. I'm proud to be a part of that, however minor. And time to get busy. Everyone have a great day. Brian, I'll let you know if I'll be in town Thursday. I should know by tomorrow. Excellent, excellent. Maybe we can finally get together while you're here, right? As long as it's before, my show. Our show, I should say, Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central Time. And here is the crew, Eric S. Hawkins, Clyde Hall, Brian Rodman, and Joe D. McPhee. Ever dapper as always. And so please come check us out, all right? Even if you don't like comics, you'll love the show. And Ryan is a great guest, and so is Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin. I would agree with both of them. And besides the sleep deprivation, your show is still one of my favorites, Joe. Oh, yeah, that's true. Mike Jimmy's on the other side of the planet, so just a little farther away than Glenn B. Fleming. Eric Hawkins gives us an update. This is a NTF news alert. As of this morning, I'm at $5,569.111 backers. Congratulations, Eric. That is fantastic. Now keep it up. You still got about 25 days to go. And look at that, another off the to-do list. Catch me if you can. Oh, gladly, darling. And Glenn B. Fleming says, Kickstarter won't allow me onto their site. Don't know why. They ring me and say there is a problem. Go to this website. Sounds like a scam to me, so I keep away. A lot of people think Kickstarter is a scam anyway, but mostly by the users. Molly Daniels is popping back in. I once did a 2-week blog tour and wrote 10 original posts for each blog. It was exhausting, but paid off in sales. Well, there's another option for you all, okay? That's good advice. Thank you for reminding us, Molly. And I hope you have a great day if we don't talk to you again this morning. And good morning, Multiverse. Hey there, friends and foes from John B. Pike at johnpica.com. Check out zerobox.fun. He's awesome. And Brian, the thread is different here on YouTube. I know. It's a shock. Oh, and John, real quick. The comic you recommended to me, I finally got. Well, they were out at my local comic shop. And we reviewed it last Thursday. Said nice things about you, by the way. And Saturday, that's the only purchase I made at the con was that comic book. So I now own another Cullen Bunn comic. So anyway, Ryan, the thread's different here. And Eric Hawkins, outstanding. Well, thanks, Glenn. And yeah, the road construction is driving me crazy. Yeah, that was interesting. But anyway, driving through West Frankfort. But no, I like West Frankfort. But first we had to stop at, was it the Liquor Barn? Something like that in Marion. Beautiful alcohol store. Beautiful liquor store. And we picked up some goodies. We got some McGillicuddies. We got coffee flavored liqueur and cherry that I'm waiting to crack open a can of RC and anoint the stuff. So anyway, come to think of it, cherry coffee sounds pretty good right now too. Whole getting work done when Glenn mocks me with his laughter. I love you, Glenn. And Kickstarter one, okay, we got that. We did get that, right? Okay. So yeah, they call me and tell me to go to another website. Sounds like a scam, so that won't happen. And congratulations, Eric from Michaela Jade. We agree. Total congratulations on that. Eric is kicking bootay on that. And so please go to, and Eric, if you think of it, put your link in the comments here so we can share that. Joe D, you as well. All right. And John Pica says, Joe D. McPhee, same here. Finally got a store to sell me copies of Godzilla versus Power Rangers. I will review it on my show soon, so prepare to be tagged when I do. Well, I will probably mention that I got it this coming Thursday on Comic Book Spectrum, 7 p.m. on my YouTube channel. Please, it's a part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. So, and Eric Hawkins, we got to get you over 6,000. Seriously, Joe D. McPhee is right. And Joe, we got to get you a few more people on your list, too. Now, Nicholas Tucker has a question. It seems about half of the creatives I know use crowdfunding exclusively. What is the plan for longevity in that model, and how do you make profit between campaigns? My knowledge is, I'll chime in first on this one. My knowledge is old, but I did one 5 years ago with Eric for the Haunting Tales of Spencer Spook. And it's a very good way, it's I hate to use this comparison. There are other people who do it, but that's how Donald Trump built his empire, by using other people's money. And it's not a scam because people receive something for it, or they should. Eric has told me there's at least $2 million worth of major comic book creators who we shall not mention, who are basically living off the money that they got from their supporters and have shown little to no interest in fulfilling those pledges. And I've only heard of a couple of them that make mention of it, saying that they're going to make it up to everybody. Well, we've yet to see it, so the proof's in the pudding. So anyway, I miscalculated on a number of items. So my campaign, we didn't lose money, but I wasn't able to pay Eric the way I wanted to, and a couple other people. So I'm making it up by getting Eric work. So, which, by the way, I threw your hat in the ring, Eric, to someone else this morning. Remind me, I'll tell you about it. Direct messenger. So anyway, whoa, he caught right on the arrow. Let's keep him running for his money, says Mike Jimmy Lorch of the Brood. Profit between campaigns is my website, conventions, and people often taking stuff along when they come to my house. Well, I will say that I have made money on Spencer Spook by selling the copies, because we print over. We did an overprint on it. Whereas a lot of contemporary crowdfunders are basically printing just to match the campaign. I was looking to have some to sell and to give to contributors down the road. Eric Hawkins says, I'll answer real quick before my conference call. I overprint to sell at shows after the campaigns. That is where the profit comes. Yeah, exactly. It's just that I didn't math very well in my case. So anyway, that's a great answer. Please check out Eric Hawkins' campaign on Kickstarter for Zombie for World of Oz #4. And also, if you haven't read it yet, it's a great book. It's one of my favorites. And if you want to read issues 1 through 3, they also have an option for a trade paperback on there with extra story and art. So anyway, Mike, let's see, here we go. Mike Jimmy Lorch of the Bruin says, I always do a main cover print, of 500 copies. They'll sell in time, so I'll take the boxes in the garage for granted. Yeah, I agree with that. And from Odessa, a small press publisher, Nick Tuckert, I can't answer a question. I don't use crowdfunding exclusively. I believe in multiple revenue streams. You got to think about it more. Where does your audience buy from you? Yeah, exactly. And I know that Joe D. McPhee, for instance, does like C2E2 and some shows when he's able to. And some of the other crowdfunders I've seen do shows, but again, they basically just print enough. A lot of them just print enough to cover the campaign. So I think they're making a profit off of Kickstarter that way, which if that's their business model, that's fine. But it doesn't really do much good if the model should collapse one day, and it could. And it's a matter of outside perception, because I was at the Imaginarium convention in Louisville, Kentucky about 3-4 years ago, and I was on a panel about crowdfunding your books. Which, if you're Brandon Sanderson right now, you are in the best place in the world, because he's raised something like $12 million plus through Kickstarter. And God bless the man. He came in with a plan. He's working towards fulfillment. He looks like he can do it. And not only that, but he actually took some of his own money and also pledged to other campaigns, other book publishers, which I think is awesome. It's good of the man. You plow the land, you reap what you sow, and then you reseed the land to make it work again. So anyway, but a lot of authors are very old-fashioned and more abundantly stuck in the past, and they like I did my panel at Imaginarium, and I had like about 4 or 5 people going, well, that's you're just panhandling, you're just begging for money. I'm like, no, begging for money is when you're standing on the corner and the person who's giving you the funds only expects to get like a warm feeling out of it. But this is more like, you give me something, I give you a book for it, or I give you metal covers for it, whatever. You get something in exchange for your money, and people understand that it's artisanal, in that it is maybe a little higher price than if you wait a while to get it, but at least you're almost virtually guaranteed to get this, exclusive thing. So anyway, that's it. And Mike Jimmy Loisha Bruin says, and I can hit up a convention essentially every weekend of the year once things open up again properly, with decent profit margins on all of that. That's excellent. And make that 41 million, says Mike Loisha Bruin, gladly. And someone else I'm gladly to see is Cindy Cap. Mwah, good morning to you, sweetheart. We missed you last week. And funding for comics, go to Smashwords. You'll help fund my comics by buying my books. Thank you. And also, crowds provide funding for books like Satisstein and all of the others. And we are not. One question I'm asked. I had been talking about doing a crowdfunding campaign for the Terrors. We are not going to do it for this one. We will do it for one of the sequels, however, because we want to get some really cool, worth your time and effort thank you gifts to go with it. So anyway, and the better question is from this small press publisher, how can people get your book outside of a campaign? Do you make your audience wait until your next campaign, or do you lead them to another platform to get them? I'm with Joe. I think his is, he's got a great website. He is using that, and I see people that, like, you either get it through either this Kickstarter or Indiegogo or the next one. It's like they're using those platforms as their store, which, Indiegogo has the in-demand thing, but when you do it through Kickstarter, that is kind of sort of against their terms of service. So you run a danger there if someone turns you in. Anyway, from this small publisher says, I have an online store. People can get it via Comixology, Amazon, shows, etc. Multiple streams of revenue. You ought to learn that phrase, one and all. Crowdfunding is only one platform for sales. Agreed, Joe D. McPhee. And the thing is, what if one day something happens and crowdfunding is no longer viable? You got to build that. You got to build that now. Now, drawing crowds for funding. That's Nicholas Anthony Tucker, The Big Stompy Robots, and other great books available now on Amazon. And check out his wife Amanda. She's a great writer too. And even now, I'm trying to broker deals with brick and mortar stores as another revenue stream. Says from the Desk of Small Press Publisher. And that's something I've noticed in books, like like quote unquote real books, that a lot of writers price their books close to the bone. Like if they've got $3.50 in a book, they might sell it for, say, $7.50, or if they've got like $5, they sell it for $10. I price mine a little higher so that I can actually not too high, but I can actually offer them at a substantial discount to say a bookstore. and they'll make some good money, and I will make a little bit of money. So I'll make a little profit over what I've got in it. So that's another idea too. Pricing is really key to how successful your product can be. And check out the new book Without Crowdfunding. That's John Pica. He doesn't crowdfund nothing. He doesn't need to. Check out his brand new books from the Decoverse. And also one of the Dastardly Dingoes will be crowdfunding soon. That is Brian Rodman, who is setting up for his campaign for the nebulizer, which is going to start in, I think, just a few days. So we'll be keeping you posted on that, but definitely sign up for Brian's book, The Nebulizer. Funny, insightful, tear-jerking. It's a roller coaster ride through this for your emotions, but it's also fun. So check that out. And Nerd Culture hasn't used crowdfunding. I don't think they have either. But check out Ryan Permison at that address there in Amazonia is crowdfunding from the desk of a small press publisher. Check them out Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, on Saturday nights, part of the Rising Tide Network. So anyway, we are currently caught up with you. So we're going to give you a couple minutes. We'll give Cindy time. Now, I want to put in a promotion for Cindy. Cindy Kep is an amazing woman. I really love the hell out of her. I really do. She's probably not appreciating love the hell out of me. What are you saying? Anyway, she takes time out of her break at work to promote you guys and to promote our friends here in the Nevermorian Ranch. Not Neverland Ranch. That's a different thing. And all I ask is that please check her out on Amazon. Check her out on Patreon, CKOEPP.com, and bearpublications.com. Buy something of Cindy's and that way you can thank her for what she does for all of us and for you. All right. And more fun for every crowd. That is Amy Hale, who we got to spend time with this weekend at Saluki Con. Check out her books. Nick Tockert says, my current method is multiple small streams. I have my Patreon, which feeds my ability to train folks, sell books via Amazon. Once I am healthy, I will do shows, paid art programs, and seeking more gaming conventions. There you go. Good deal. And writing all the fun stuff for crowds, that's Michaela Jade with the Warriors Trilogy, available now on Amazon. But let's take a moment here and give Cindy a moment to get going here. And here we go. Let's find it. And there she is. Check out the work of one Cindy Kep. She's amazing. Check out her work right here.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
You will love her work. Check her out on Amazon right now and at bearpublications.com. Also check out our friend here. There we go. From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher on Saturday nights on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. And I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Secrets. Trust. The bond between souls, intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Check out the work of Michaela Jade, available on Amazon. And now, a word from Sunday Funnies.
Now on Sunday mornings, longtime independent comics creator Randy Zimmerman brings to you a podcast that talks about the lighter and more whimsical side of comics, the fun side of comics. That's right. Sunday Funnies is back Sunday morning, 9 a.m. on the Raging 2 YouTube channel and on certain Facebook pages. Check it out, won't you? It's special guests, great talk, and a lot of fun as we work to put the fun back in funny books. See you there.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
That's right. While we're at it, let's talk about my stuff. Anyway, please check us out on Amazon and on Smashwords. Writing all the fun stuff for crowd. That's Michaela Jade. Check out the Warriors trilogy immediately. And fun cons all over the Midwest. Lots of crowds. People wanting your stuff there. Go to quadcitycon.com and sign up for one of their shows today. And yay, Amy from Rick Bradley and Historical Fencing Guild is teaching crowds how to have fun sparring with people safely. Check them out every Friday night on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern. Nick Tiger says, I want to get into merchandise, but I haven't found an angle that would go for or justify a crowdfunding campaign. Yeah, well, you could be like Damian Waldron and maybe create things for other people to fulfill their campaigns. Cindy Kemp says Barrel Publications will be crowdfunding a game, maybe to the tune of $50K. For now, check out bearpublications.com and get you some Animal Eye, not just the novel, but also the first issue of the comic book and swag. Now, Luke Stone Studios is crowdfunding 2 projects right now. Definitely check out what Luke Stone is doing right now with his stuff. And crowdfunding for an internet troll comic-related madness. Look out for Pops Van Zandt. And also, don't forget, CromCon will be happening in a couple of weekends from now, and I'll be on the Sunday episodes, I think. And also crowdfunding for Zombies. That's Eric S. Hawkins at that address there. Check it out on Comixology and be entranced. And not crowdfunding, but still fun for crowds. That's StormgatePress.com. Hopefully sweeping the Pulp convention, Windy City Pulp and Paper in a couple of weeks. And crowdfunding for a new nebulizer. That's Brian Rodman, currently falling prey to the atmosphere right now. And working on art for Animal Eye #3. That is Roel Cruz, a great artist, and making sense of the Book of Job. That's the job of Victoria Adams. Check out that great writer and great book there. Monday must be kicking everyone's behind. Everyone try to have a great day. YouTube Karl, mwah. Glad to have you here, and thanks again for our graphic today. Syndicate Trolls are heroes too and don't need crowdfunding. But anyway, check out the work of S.L. Rowland, and currently revamping her Patreon page to provide for fun stuff to give all levels of support more bang for their buck. That's Cindy Kemp right there. Check it out. She's got some great stuff on there, and I love reading her writing. I got to comment more because she's really good about commenting on mine. And anthologies that spin on popular fairy tales and monsters. That's okay, hon. You got it now. YeOldDragonBooks.com. Meet the dragons. And with that, we are caught up with your comments again. So I think we're going to take our leave this morning. Always leave them wanting more, and you've probably got enough of me already. But anyway, you've got things to do. You've got people to impress with your creativity and your stick-to-itiveness. You're not going to let the naysayers make you give up now. You've come too far for that. Anyway, this show has been sponsored by Rising Tide Publications and by Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. When you create a great book, your book deserves a great cover. So definitely check out PlasmaFireGraphics.com and their Facebook page and inquire to Jeffrey Hayes about his indie creator-friendly art. And it's more than just covers. It's book trailers and social media graphics. You just ask him and tell him what you need, and he'll give you a price for it. Anyway, that's Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And let's see, here we go. And Rick Radley says, everyone take care and stay creative. You too, superstar. We'll check out a couple Mondays from now on R&D Gaming with his son Donovan. It's going to be a great time. It was fun spending time with you and the family this weekend. And totally out of break, that before Cindy Kip ran out of links, don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Bring Cookie home. Thank you 2 times. And y'all have fun now. You hear you first, Cindy. Thank you, hon, for being here, and thank you for all the links you put in. Please pick up the work of Cindy Kip, available on Amazon and BearPublications.com. Get an ebook, get a copy of Animal Eye, buy yourself a drinking mug with the Animal Eye logo on it, to repay her for all she does for us. And so with that, we go back to here. And like I said, we are part of the Rising Tide broadcast system. And Michaela Jade, who is a dear friend of mine, we love her. She's going to be doing Tidbits and Scribbles tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. And tomorrow we've got a full day of broadcasting with TED Talks in the morning, Dastardly Dingoes in the evening, hopefully. And then I'll be back on Wednesday with Nevermind the Furthermore for more broadcasting goodness. So please go to Facebook and give our Rising Tide broadcast page a like, if you would, please. Also, please check out our Patreon page. We're going to be doing our blog. Hopefully get it done in a couple hours. Every blog deserves a name that is exclusive to Patreon. You're not going to read it anywhere else. And we might be talking about you. You never know. But anyway, we also have peeks at our works in progress. And this week we will publish the last chapter of The Terrors, the first draft of that book. And like I said, currently editing the heck out of that. But check out these people. They've also got Patreon pages of their own and deserve your support. So check us out for ours, www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris for more information. And we've got 2 more comments coming up here. And John B. Pica, May has gotten so packed with family events, graduation, and other issues that I am going to have to pull out of Metrothemacon. Bippity boppity boo. I'm sure a frustrated Metro HamCon is available for commentary. And John B. Pica needs a few clones. Me, I'd settle for a few photocopies of me. But anyway, John, you'll manage it, brother. You can do all of it. All right. And John B. Pica, johnpica.com. Also check out cerealbox.fun on YouTube. And please subscribe to that channel because he's awesome and he deserves your support. And with that, we are going to take our leave of you. And I see that StreamYard has just listed the links of our video broadcasts as well and gives you a progress report on how far they've gone. I like that. Anyway, check out the ads you see on this show. And easy for you to say, yeah, no kidding. I think I sprained something that I might be able to use later, Cindy. But anyway, folks, thank you very much for being here. And I hope to see you next year at Saluki Con. That was such a good time. Again, thank you, Nathan Bonner, for all you did for us, me and Cookie. And thank you to all our friends that attended and new friends that we've met down there. And if you're watching right now, we hope you stay tuned to us. We We do this show every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, and your creative commentary is always welcome. And so with that, we probably ran it earlier. I didn't see it. But anyway, I'm going to fix that right now. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Do something creative because you improve the world with your art. You really do. As J. Michael Straczynski said in the book, Becoming a Writer, Staying a Writer, that, for example, the Third Reich lies shattered in the dustbin of history, but the soft words of Anne Frank persist. You don't know who's going to read your stuff for or how long. You may be leaving something amazing that people will be talking about favorably for generations, if not centuries. Look at William Shakespeare. He was considered a hack writer of his time, but look where he wound up. So anyway, don't stop creating. Make something beautiful today. All right. And thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a fantastic Monday. We'll see you again Wednesday at 10 a.m. on Nevermind the Furthermore. Have a super, super Monday, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.